Thank you for joining us today. We are meeting with Lindsay and Sara to talk more about the partnership on the UND campus. We'll probably start with you first, Lindsay, and tell us about what the confidential advisor does and where they can find you on campus.
Yeah, so I'm one of the 3 confidential resources on campus. The other 2 are student health and then the counseling center. But so I help students who've been impacted by violence, getting them connected with resources, sometimes helping like family members of those impacted. So, secondary victims. And then we are located in Twomley 102.
So talk about the trends, because you did see sort of a distinct shift here a couple of years ago.
Yeah, back when I was first on campus in like 2022, we started seeing, clients who were expressing suicidal ideations. And so for us, it really changed how I responded to students. And so from the first intakes that I would get with students, I would go and talk about hey, this might be something you experience. If it is, just know that you can always come to me and that it may not be immediately, it may not be now, it could be 3 months from now, it could be a year from now, but just know that they do have support in me.
So Sara, why do you think, suicide, and it's just so hard when you think about all the ancillary things that impact sexual assault and domestic violence victims, but why do you think that's surfacing now?
The topic of, suicide has always been there, but it has definitely increased over time. Particularly, we've noticed it with sexual assault victims on campus, the more and more we've served. I think that COVID really changed a lot of things for us. And after that, we started seeing a lot of challenges for people kind of colliding, where people were having a lot more mental health issues anyway, experiencing a higher rate of depression, anxiety, and the economy has gotten a lot worse, and so there's a lot more financial hardships on our clients than there used to be. Housing is a major concern, and I think that some people have used maladaptive coping mechanisms such as like substance use, turn to alcohol or drugs, and they all kind of go together to kind of create this big sense of feeling trapped and like you don't really have a lot of options.
Wow, that's a lot. So tell us a little bit, Lindsay, about what specifically you do for clients that may come in.
So I'm not a therapist, and CVIC at UND doesn't have a therapist in our office, but we do have the counseling center on campus. And so what I try to do is, whenever I'm getting sexual violence clients coming in, getting them connected with the counseling center as well as our therapy too. So, some clients, they may want to meet with like UPD or, and go and report, to law enforcement, but maybe they don't know how. And so I can be there with them and support them through that. And then also let them know what to expect. Or it can be, talking about the supports through Title IX, through both formal means and informal means. And, if they need like extra support, or like a housing move or different things like that, the campus can provide.
Wow, that's so great we have that partnership. I'm so grateful that UND is giving us office space on campus and having a presence, and the partnership's been just really.
Yeah. And it's really helpful because then I can just walk them over there, especially if they're just scared to walk in the door.
Right. So Sara, for a student who's struggling with thoughts of self-harm, what kind of difference do you think it makes, having an advocate right on campus?
Yes, it's been huge. We want our services to be convenient for students and accessible. Some students don't have transportation to be, going all over town, and having a office on campus that they can just walk into has made a world of difference, I think, for students. Having that service convenient and accessible, the student is more likely to follow through and to come in and take a chance to talk to somebody about, what's going on for them.
What advice do you have for friends or family that might have someone facing sexual assault, domestic violence, and how they can best support a friend or family member going through it?
So I guess the first thing I would say is just start by listening and just being there for them and being a presence, listening non-judgmentally. It takes a lot to share what happened. And the fact that they're sharing that with you just shows how much trust that they have in you
To even share.
to even share. Oftentimes, people who have been victimized, like especially for sexual violence, they're more likely to go and reach out to a friend first or a family member over a professional like CVIC. And so, you as a friend, you just need to make sure to be there and then try to get them connected to resources and also make sure that you're taking care of you too.
That's a good point, Lindsay. Like our services are available to support friends or family members, of their loved one that's been victimized. So that is a very hard thing. All our services are client driven, so we give them options and then support them in whatever way is best for them, what they choose. I might think I know best for my loved one what they should do, but it may not be what that person is comfortable with.
Or what they're ready for. Yeah. It's just such a gift, the things that you bring to our clients, and I just so grateful you're here.
Thank you.